to do a sunset ocean scene. So I'm gonna, these are the colors I picked out. This is gonna be my sky color. The top of the sky will be pink and it will get to yellow, so it's, the sun is setting. And then, but I need to be careful I don't mix these two colors together. Cross over, it will turn brownish, and I don't want that. But this will be the top of the water, and then the water will get darker. And then for the waves, which I will use with my stamp to have the dark shadows with this color here. Now, I looked at my different pinks, and I used my sponge to test out the pinks. That was too orange, that's too dark, and I decided on sweet sugar plum for the pink, because that's a sweet, soft pink that I wanted. When we roll it, we want to make sure that we go all the way across. Don't stop in the middle, okay, because that will create a line, a vertical line. We don't want any vertical lines. We want all lines to be horizontal, so go all the way across. But it's easier for me to go this way, so I'm tipping my paper that way. I'm doing this very gently because I don't want to put too much color on. Going a little bit lighter. I'm going to reload it to add more color to the very, very top. And then let it fade, fade, fade. Just a little bit as it comes down. There's the pink. I don't know if you can see it. It's very light. Now I'm going to have to wash my sponge because I don't want to mix the pink with the yellow, because then I will have orange and I don't want to dirty up my ink pads. So let me pause to go wash off and dry my sponge. I usually keep old towels as painting rags, but it's also very useful to have one to dry your stamps, and in this case the sponge. And I usually keep one folded up beside me so that I can put my washed stamps. Okay, I'm ready for the next color. This is only damp, it's not wet. So we'll go with yellow. It looks like it picked up right. I wonder if that's because of the water. You know what? That makes me a little nervous. Let me test on a piece of paper. Yeah, I think it's still a little wet. All right, I am going to work on drying this a little bit because it seems kind of runny, and I don't want that. Let's try again. Throw that scrap away. I usually keep scrap pieces of paper handy just in case they're actually drawing paper. Okay, that looks better. Let me just test it on here. Okay, that looks better. Now this yellow, if it overlaps that pink, it's going to get slightly orange, and that'll be totally fine. I just don't want it down into the water. Pull out a different sponge because I want to give this a chance to dry, because I'm going to be using completely different colors. I'm working on the ocean, so I'll flip this around while I do, you know, that way I could do my ocean. But right now I need to go wash this sponge out. Not wanting to take any chances, I decided to get a fresh sponge. This is a dry sponge, and just let that one dry. Okay, now we'll do our water. I'm going to start with the lightest color. Since these colors are all in the purple realm, I don't have to wash the brush. I'm just going to make it easier. This is our lightest purple. I'm going to stay off of the yellow. And it's in the purple family, so I don't have to worry about washing the sponge. I here rained. It's raining out. Cat, get out of the way. Sort of create some waves here. Just a little bit more at the very bottom. So we have sort of a peach sky. It looks sort of peach. It's pink, peach, yellow. And then we have our ocean, and you can see some vertical lines here, which is good. Cat, don't hit my camera. Right. I'm going to wash my sponge, and then I'm going to come back and stamp some waves on that. For the waves, I'm going to use this Blackberry Bliss, which is sort of a plum color, a reddish purple. And I'm going to use my favorite stamp that I've been using a lot lately, because it's really cool. It's actually birch to look like birch wood. See, it looks like wood. This could be a knot in the tree and birch bark. But because of the long horizontal flat but long lines, this also works really good for waves. So I am going to decide which part to use. I think I like this middle part here. I keep using a different part of it. So I'm going to ink the middle of this. And I need my inking pad for a good print. Actually, no. I'm gonna put this on here. I just don't want any of that in the sky. I need to make sure I don't get sky. So I'll go right about here. You know what? It'd be a good idea to take and put a mark where the yellow and the purple is, so that on the back side, I know exactly. Okay. I'm gonna set this on here, and I wanna go a little bit lower. And what part of it do I want? Middle, the right, or the left? There's a lot of lines here. A little less here. I think I'll do that. Voila! Now I'm going to embellish it with some color pencils to help it out. But I've got cats around me, so I need to put my inks away, and I need to wash my block because I don't want them putting paw prints all over the place. I have to pull out my color pencils so I can have the right colors I want. Dark purple. I need to sharpen it. Yeah, that looks good. Just pull out some long lines. This just helps to enhance the wave texture. I'll go a little bit lighter with a softer touch as I go up higher, top of the page. See, these long lines kind of indicate wave after wave. Just working with the lines that are created by that stamp. Okay. I think I want to just slightly darken it, a little bit on the edge, kind of light. And that will also make the center of it look whiter, brighter. Like the sun is creating a highlight. So I want slightly darker on the outside edge. These are Prismacolor pencils, and they're very, very soft. I love them. I love them so much. They're my favorite color pencil. Part of my art supplies. Okay, you know, I was thinking about some of these shapes from this stamp. You know, they could look like clouds. I really like that one right there. That looks like a good one too. I might just select some of these and put some clouds in the sky. What a great idea. Let's use that stamp again. I'll put these pencils away. And this time I'm going to select very specific ones that I like. It's still kind of wet from being washed, so let me just dry it off. Because I don't want any water to bleed. So I will grab the BLACKBERRY BLISS marker, which is the same color ink that I used for that. And I'm just going to pick out the ones that I really, really like. Now, I want to make sure that the bottom of the clouds are flat. And I'm only going to color the ones that I like. To put ink in very specific. And I'm going to look on this side to decide which ones I like. Okay, I kind of like that grouping right there. Do I need any more? I kind of like, yeah, I got that. There's 4 and that one. So we're, I don't know if I'm looking at the right thing, because everything's reverse. Maybe it's this long one. Yeah, it is. Okay. These are going to be clouds. I guess we could have a little bit over here, and sure, why not? We could have like a grouping on the end. Alright, maybe one over here by itself. Okay, so I've inked only the ones that I'm going to use for clouds. And I'm going to put them... Actually, no, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put them about here. Let's see what that looks like. Look at that. We just created clouds. Now, I might need to enhance them just a little bit because I see some marks here. So let's just fill them in just slightly, just a tad bit, not too much, because there were some funny lines in that one. I want to darken, just might as well go off the page. Don't want to leave a white edge. Just barely touching, just to darken the... All right, that's cool. You know what? I'll do the same thing here. Just a few of these. I want them just a little bit darker, especially as we come down the page. There, I like the variety of lights and darks. And we created that with a wood stamp, birch. I tell you, this is a cool stamp. There's so many. I'm seeing a lot of other things you could do with that stamp, and I'm not finished with this stamp. There's other things I want to do with it. So you want to subscribe to see what cool things I'm gonna do using this stamp. I have not exhausted the possibilities of this stamp yet. So we got ocean and sky, and now I'm going to do something a little different. Going back to my sailing home set to look at the die cuts. I want a sailboat, maybe 2 of them. I like that one especially. I want a sailboat. Yeah, that's all I'm going to get out of that. But I'm going to not use the ink. Instead, I am going to cut out like silhouettes. So I'm going to pick out some dark color. Black be good, or do I need to have something like, I want to pick out a nice dark purple is probably too light. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with black. Because a lot of times when you have a bright light and something is in front of the light, that object tends to look a whole lot darker. This could be lighter because it's going to be further away. It'll be a lighter black, and this will be a darker black. I'm going to cut these 2 out. So I've cut them out, but I don't want the water there, so I need to find the edge of the boat. So I'm going to just kind of draw what I think is the edge of the boat so that I can cut off the waves. Is that too dark? Or is that better? Now this needs some cutouts. So I'm going to try to figure out, and this too, I want a little less darkness and a little more of the light to be able to shine through. So I'm going to modify this just a little bit. There. That looks pretty good. This, I need to figure it out. Let me look at the picture. So it could be I cut out more so they have a better shape. This is bigger and darker, so it should be towards the bottom. And this is a little less black. This should be higher up on the page. Just gotta find the best arrangement. I like leaving the light path right in the middle. Okay. I was wondering if these things could be cut out in that color, and they could. They could. That would probably work as well. But I cut them out, so I'm going to use them as the black. This is very black, and this is a little less black. So there you have it. We have a beautiful romantic sunset card. This could be a love card. It could be an anniversary card for a spouse or a love note. It could even be a birthday card for somebody who's getting up in their sunset years. Get it? Now, another thing you could do with a background like this, and you could change the colors a little bit more, is you could, if you had some palm trees, you could have some palm trees leaning over it. I don't have any palm trees, but I might try to make one up. So there's some more ideas to hopefully inspire you. And we're getting our inspiration from the weirdest thing, wood. I mean, when I look at green, I am constantly seeing things in it. And right away that spoke to me. And then the more I look at it, the more possibilities I see.